I'm Hawkins, and my book isn't here to make friends. But yeah, I've got Jane Austen here. It's Jane Austen meets Buffy. So,
to any emerging writer, what would it be?
Read, and it's read everything, read all the things. Also to be nice to yourself. I think we're very hard on ourselves anyway as writers, and especially when you're starting out, it's okay that it's maybe not as great as the stuff that you're reading, because the stuff that you're reading, so many people worked on. It's been polished so much by all kinds of people.
Don't give up.
Yeah.
It took me 6 years to write my first book. As a writer, you're automatically part of a community of people who are immediately going to understand what you're going through. So I really recommend meeting other writers and not being alone in your art.
A lot of the craft comes in with rewriting, and that is part of the process as well. So learn to love that process and learn about it as much as possible. The first thing that comes out of your head can be full of energy and full of great ideas, but it's not finished. It needs to be, that's where the craft comes in, and that's a lot of fun too.
It's the same thing as be creative, but think of it as think of only an idea that you could think of. That makes you think about who you are and what you like and what you know about and what you want to write. Rebel of the Sands is a Wild West meets Arabian Nights fantasy about a young female sharpshooter who decides she wants to get out of her dead-end desert town and enters an underground shooting contest to do it. She gets in a little bit of trouble, and her fate gets tangled up with another competitor who is a boy with some secrets. The two of them wind up on the run together across the desert, fleeing the Sultan's army, encountering ghouls and bandits, and heading towards a rebellion. The character of Amani, the main character, because I sort of had a lot of the plot points in mind, and I had a lot of the world in mind before I started writing, and then as soon as I actually started putting fingers to keyboard, I wrote the first line, which is something along the lines of, I wasn't up to no bad, but I wasn't exactly up to no good either, and I had her completely. And I'd never had a character come to me that quickly. It completely caught me off guard, and it made the whole process of writing really quite fun and straightforward in a way that had never been before. I would live in the world of the Grisha by Leigh Bardugo, but I would do it as a Grisha. I wouldn't do it as a normal human. I would do it so that I could have some sort of power. That would be the upswing of living in cold Ravka. I used to have on the background of my computer something that was, I can't remember it exactly now, but it was something like just shut up and get it done, get to work. And that is pretty much my mantra. I'm a sort of very fast, messy drafter. I write in cafes most of the time, which are noisy unless you put on your own headphones and play music. I have a playlist that is built for Rebel of the Sands that's sort of rise and fall and has lots of different songs that match different characters. But if I'm drafting, I tend to put one song on repeat for a full day of writing, just because it almost becomes like white noise at that point, but motivational white noise. One of my favorite ones is Bulletproof by LaRue, just because of the thematic thing with the sharpshooter, and just it's got such a sort of good strong rhythm that it makes me want to type to it. So that is how I write to music. Winter's Kiss by Marie Rutkowski is the third in the Winter's Curse trilogy, and so I'd recommend starting with the first two first, but it's completely amazing. It's the perfect end to an absolutely amazing series. I enjoy the drafting part of the writing process a lot more because it's just spilling my guts across the page, and it doesn't have to make sense. Characters' names don't have to be consistent even, and that's the point where you get to sort of come up with new ideas and just sort of anything goes. Revising is much harder for me because it's the point where you have to sit and think and look at your ideas and decide whether they're actually good and still should stay on the page or whether they need to be yanked out. And it is a little bit heartbreaking even when you realize that an idea can't stay for whatever reason to pull it out and pull out all that work. Honest Burger, best burgers in the world. The tube system, because I don't drive. The fact that I know my way around now and feel comfortable, which it took me a long time, and so I feel very proud of the fact that I do. How much things cost in London, because London is ridiculously expensive. London transport, again, is also on my not so favorite things, because when you've had to commute every day, it's sort of, the convenience kind of loses its glamour. And then a third one is how far away it is from my family. Thanks so much for watching YABC. Check out the rest of our tour dates down below, and also be sure to enter the giveaway to win titles by all of the authors that I'm on tour with. Thanks.